Hey, I'm Tommy.
Toshi.
And we're Slaves to Gravity, and you're watching the Kerrang video podcast.
Kerrang! Tell us about your new album, Underwaterouterspace. It's due out on April the 18th.
Yeah, man, it's been a bit of a long time coming. We recorded it about 18 months ago.
Something like that, ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long old road. And we kind of had to beg, borrow and steal just to get to the position where we could make it. But, you know, all this time later, we're finally ready to put it out. And it stood the test of time for us. You know, we're not sick of it yet. It's still a record that we're really, really proud of, and it's great to think we're going to finally be able to share it with people, because it's a bit of a departure and a big step on from the first album.
How would you say it's kind of progressed from Scatter the Crow?
I think with the first album we self-produced, self-recorded, and it was done completely in-house, self-released, and we kind of didn't really have any help. And I think we needed to do that first time around to establish sort of an identity for ourselves. But with this new album, you know, we worked with a producer called Bob Marlette, who really kicked our asses the first sort of week of pre-production. He just kind of, you know, really, held a mirror up in front of us and made us really analyse what we were doing, what was strong, what was shit.
Yeah.
And
was that quite hard to take?
It was at first, yeah.
The first thing he walked into the studio and he said was, "Why you guys playing like pussies?" What? Sorry, my bad American accent.
Oh, right. That was good.
Then, oh, okay, here we go. But you know, after a while, then kind of got used to it, and then see what his point is. Then we all accepted it because we do want to improve ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. And we needed it. You know, I think it was beneficial for us to have someone just give it to us straight, and it forced us to be a lot harder on ourselves and work a lot harder with the writing and our playing, and go to places that we'd never really had the balls to explore before.
Yeah.
And he created an environment where I think we all trusted each other's ideas a lot more than maybe we had in the past, and the lines of communication were much more open, and it was good. It was a really good experience, man. It was a great 3 weeks that we look forward to doing again.
You had some special visitors to the studio.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about who they were and whether they'll be working with you in the future?
I assume you were referring to the bats
that
attacked us when we were watching Tokyo Gore Police or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
We were just watching some weird Japanese horror B movie, or what, something like that. Anyway,
yeah, which I love.
And lots of baby bats, or a baby bat followed by others, fell out the chimney and started flying around the room into us, and we just dropped to the floor and crawled out like pussies, rather than
add an extra dimension of horror to the film.
Yeah, definitely. We were trying to sample it, running around with microphones trying to No, you'd think we'd handle it better, but we just ran out screaming like little girls.
Help! You've just released Silence Now as video. What's been the reaction like from fans?
Pretty good so far. I think some people, because it's a slightly more laid back song than people are probably used to hearing from us, some people are kind of been a little bit taken aback by it, but on the whole it's been really, really positive. We're getting, you know, people are picking up on it on radio where they haven't done in the past, because it just seems to touch, you know, more bases really. It's been really good, man. I mean, it's probably one of the more kind of laid back songs on the album, but it's cool. It's a nice video. The guys at Sitcom Soul just did a really good job on it. Really simple, straight down the line, but it seems to be reaching all the right places and setting us up nicely for the album release.
Cool. And in a couple of months you've got some shows with Papa Roach. Now that the album will be out properly, are you kind of going to concentrate solely on the newer material?
I would imagine so. I mean, certainly with opening slots, because we're only going to be playing half hour, 45 minutes, and I think we would rather kind of hit people with the newer stuff because it's fresher to us. And kind of better. I think it's certainly more fun to play.
Yeah.
There's, you know, the more time we get to play the headline gigs, we can obviously pepper it with stuff from both records, but it's going to be nice to get out and play the new stuff live again. And we got out a bit last year with Alter Bridge, and you know, it was good to do that then. But we've been off the road for a little while, so everyone's getting itchy fingers and wanting to go and do it again.
You've recently collaborated with Lupa, a South American rapper.
Yeah.
for the Jägermeister Ice Cold sessions. Could you tell us how that all came together and what difficulties you encountered first of all?
Yeah, we've been working with Jägermeister for a couple of years. They've got this great sort of program of endorsing bands, and for anyone who's in a band, how hard it is to get money together to do stuff, and they've been very, very supportive of us and really enabled us to do a lot of things that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. And Tom, who's our kind of contact there, just dropped us an email saying that they do this ice cold session thing once a year with a couple of random bands. I think last year it was like a metal band and a penguin from London Zoo collaborating.
Yeah, GU Medicine.
GU Medicine, that was it. Yeah, God, so little I know. Yeah, and he asked us to do it, and they got this hip hop guy that we didn't know anything about at the time, so we kind of checked out his stuff, and we kind of just took a swan dive into it, really. We had a song kicking around that we've been working on for a couple of weeks that kind of had a lot, like a lot of our stuff does. It's kind of mid-paced, big fat groove thing anyway, so we could see straight away that it could slot in together quite nicely. And we sort of did a rough demo and sent it to him to Lupa in Colombia, and he had a listen and he was into it, and then suddenly we found ourselves in a studio, unable to speak in the same language, and so it was an interesting experience and weird for us because we're not used to having any new kind of blood in. It's like a pretty musically closed off unit, isn't it?
How did you get over the language barrier in the studio? There's a lot of pointing and talking louder.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
My fake Spanish, that helped. Muy bueno. That's an Italian thing, isn't it?
He had an interpreter with him, which helped a bit. But I don't know. It was, in a way, it was kind of fun because you had to rely on the music kind of working for everyone. So we just, we sort of spent 3-4 hours doing the backing tracks and just like left him to it. Kind of said, there it is, do what you want. And we had ideas of where he would slot in, and it just so happened that he was kind of on the same page anyway. Yeah. So more by luck than judgment.
Cool. Is this the 2011's Public Enemy and Anthrax collaboration?
Right. Yeah, you could say that, or maybe not.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe, we'll see.
Correct.